Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're participating from today. I want to welcome you to this very special class where we'll be discussing about customer support. I know that for most of you, you've had questions, and I know this is one class you've looked forward to because it cuts across every area that we would need. This class is, I promise you, it's really going to be very insightful, engaging, and informative. Now, some of the things that there's so many things you'll be learning in the class. There's so many things you will get to know, and then I hope that I get to answer a number of questions because I look forward to it. I've been preparing for this class for a while, and then once we are ready, we will go into it. Now, someone might ask, okay, customer support. You might have different thoughts about what it is. Now, one of the things I'll tell you is the word customer support. What does it really entail? What do they do? What are their role? But basically, I would say that they provide help. When customers has an issue with a particular product or services. Now, you might say that I don't sell, I don't buy. Now, every one of us at different capacity, we do either buy or sell, or we interact with people. So customer support, how do you help people? What are those things you need to do? What are those qualities you should have? Now, and then one of the things someone told me that what's the difference between a customer support and a customer service? Now, I know that for many of us, for many years, we're used to hearing customer service, customer service, customer service. Now, when we have customer support, now what's the major difference? There's some differences. I hope to explain them as we go on in the class. I hope to explain what the differences are. Many of the things you'll be learning is how to handle maybe an angry customer, how to handle a rude customer, how do you handle a customer complaint? When the customer has a complaint, how do you handle a customer complaint? What skills do you require or do you need for a customer support service? What skill do you require? And then what's your main rules? And then I'm going to give you practical examples of various things we have looked out for, we have done, and things how you can handle real life situations. Then what are the keys of being a successful customer support personnel? I'm going to look into all that, but for today, for the introduction, I'll just tell you some thoughts from my slide. I'll just put some thoughts. Now, for customer service, and then for customer service, not support. Customer service includes the holistic picture and activities, including customer support. Now, customer service includes the general picture, the holistic service, everything, including customer support. But they are both aimed at something: meeting the customer's needs and satisfaction. If you do business, if you plan to do business, this is something you should look at very, very, very importantly. And then the major difference is that customer support is reactive and customer service is proactive. I know you should know what being reactive and being proactive is. I'm going to give you practical examples, okay? I'm going to give you instances of how you can handle what situations. There are so many situations I have been to, how we solved them, how you meet some clients. Clients are very wonderful, or customers. How, in fact, they will tell you, I will beat you, they can you can see things like that. How do you make calm? Now, for instance, if you go to maybe a bank to have a transaction, and then if the person attending to you was rude, or there's some traits you do not see there. Now, that does not mean that personality wise some of these bank guys are calm. They're not calm. Some of them are very amazing, but for the purpose of the job, they can be very calm, and then give you what you want. They respond to you in a particular way, and then they give you the best service. So there are many things you're going to learn. How do you react to situations? I'm going to take questions and what you can do. But now some of the things that I think that a very good customer support representative. Now, like I said earlier, a customer service and a customer support are not the same, but in some cases they are jointly used. They are used intermittently, but they are actually different. And I said that customer service includes everything. The service includes everything, but support and customer service is proactive. I know you should know what being reactive and being proactive is. I'm going to give you practical examples, okay? I'm going to give you instances of how you can handle what situations. There are so many situations I have been to, how we solved them, how you meet some clients. Clients are very wonderful, or customers. How, in fact, they will tell you, I will beat you, they can very, you can see things like that. How do you make calm? Now, for instance, if you go to maybe a bank to have a transaction, and then if the person attending to you was rude, or there are some traits you do not see there. Now, that does not mean that personality wise some of these bank guys are calm. They're not calm. Some of them are very amazing, but for the purpose of the job, they can be very calm and then give you what you want. They respond to you in a particular way, and then they give you the best service. So there are many things you're going to learn. How do you react to situations? I'm going to take questions and what you can do. But now some of the things that I think that a very good customer support representative. Now, like I said earlier, a customer service and a customer support are not the same, but in some cases they are jointly used. They are used intermittently, but they are actually different. And I said that customer service includes everything. The service includes everything, but support it includes everything, including customer support. Yeah, that service includes support also. It's part of it. It's intertwined. But customers, but the major difference between both of them is that, like I said, there's support. That's customer support is reactive, while customer service is proactive. So, how can you become a very excellent and good customer support person? We're going to be looking into that, and maybe I'll give you some tips also for a customer service personnel, so you have an idea. Now for customer support, we saw the things that it involves, which you need to. So you're going to learn about some traits, some qualities, and all that. And one of the things that customer support involves is active listening. You must be a very active listener. You must listen. Some people don't have chill. They don't have chill. They will, talk quick. Let me go. No, you will need to learn to be very patient, active listening. Then you need to understand the needs and of your customer, of your clients, of the person you're dealing with, and then you also need to empathize with their frustrations. Some customers are very frustrating. For example, if you do business, let's say you, what business will I use now? Let's say you do business and then you interact with people, and then the challenge or what needs to be solved is very clear, and you've explained that and said this is the way to go. Oh, sorry about that. If you've explained that this is the way to go, and they keep coming back, now like a child, like a little child who is growing up, you would see that they do not really know many things. They don't really know many things. They will come to you and say, for those of you that have kids, you have a child, and then you say, don't put this here, and then the child comes to me and puts it there. I said, don't put this there, and the child will tell you why do I, you're patient enough to teach them, to tell them that, okay, this is how things need to be done, this is how things are done, this is why you should not do this. So you should also be able to understand, empathize, and know their frustrations and be calm. That takes me to the next thing: clear communication. See, your communication skills needs to be top notch. It needs to be top notch. Even if you do not have the solution, which of course you should, because you're more concerned about solving their needs, but but in some cases you might not have the instant solution. So your communication is very important. Very important. You must have very clear communication. Now, one other thing you would look at, you should have timely responses, or you should be prompt in responding. For example, someone gives a complaint about your service. You don't wait 24, at most 24 hours, 25 hours. I think 24 hours is late, depending on your business or your kind of challenge, whatever it is. If it's a technical, yeah, maybe 24 hours. But if it's about a feedback about maybe someone buys food items from you, for example, and then there's a feedback. Now, you know, we hear of things in Lagos where people maybe they order the food and the vendor maybe took the meat or something, you know, and all those things. So whatever the case is, there's timely response. You must give feedback, you must give solution quickly, promptly. You know, I'm also very particular about the timeliness of response. You know, and then you should be able to go extra miles to exceed the expectations of your customer and your client. You know, that's one thing I would also explain. Okay, so now some of the there's a feedback. Now, you know, we hear of things in Lagos where people maybe they order the food and the vendor maybe took the meat or something, you know, and all those things. So whatever the case is, there's timely response. You must give feedback, you must give solution quickly, promptly. You know, I'm also very particular about the timeliness of response. You know, and then you should be able to go extra miles to exceed the expectations of your customer and your client. You know, that's one thing I would also explain. Okay, so now some of the qualities that a customer support person should have. You should have a problem solving skill. You should have good communication skill. Effective communication, not just communication. You can talk and not be effective. You might not really pass a message, but effective communication skill. You must have a friendly attitude. You must be cordial. You must be able to carry your people along. You must be cordial with them. You must be empathetic. You must be knowledgeable. This is just so important. You must be knowledgeable about your product and your service or your business. Don't say it's my boss. You know, I do not know. My oga come. No. You must be very knowledgeable. You must be very, very knowledgeable about what your job entails. You must be very knowledgeable about it. And time management. Time is so important. Time is so important. You must be very knowledgeable. Time management. And then there's one that people don't really look at, but I look at it very seriously. It's patience. You know, it's patience. And then I'm sure I don't know why you'd like to use the banking, because I actually have other areas I would pull into, but I think we all deal with bank one way or the other. So imagine you go to a bank and then you're trying to tell the cash and teller representative that, okay, my money, and they might say, yeah, come on for the end. No, that will not be, you know, patience. Even when sometimes customers can be very foolish, or for lack of a better word, they can be very foolish, act very foolishly. They can be very annoying, but you should maintain your composure. You should maintain your steez. You know, as a customer support person, you cannot come and give them gbasgbos. If you give me gbasgbos, if I'm a customer, you give me gbasgbos. All right. So there's so much you're going to learn. I'm going to have to answer some questions, practical examples. I'm going to give you examples. I'm going to answer questions. I'm going to let you know all the likely things that we'll be doing. So look forward to this class. Have expectations. Prepare for it. It's going to be a very beautiful one. We will have so much to learn and interact, and then you will learn so many things. I can't list them all here, but do not miss this class. This is one class you should look forward to it with so much expectations, things you're going to learn, how you can become a better person, what are the requirements, how can you develop yourself, how can you learn it, what courses can you take to become an excellent customer support representative or person. What are the courses you can take? What are the things you can do? You know, there's so many of them. You know, you can even learn free online. So I'm going to be giving you some links. I'm going to be giving you some information. So get ready. This is going to be a very, very beautiful one. How do you solve issues? Practical examples in business. You send someone to buy food, they ate the meat, what do you do? Or you order for a vendor, you got what I ordered as what I got is, what do you do? Or whatever it is. We're going to look at very practical examples, and then I'm going to give you some tips on some things you should do. So thank you so much. Be expectant, be ready. I'm ready for you. I would most likely have a live class, but you will be communicated to about the time and when we're going to be having this. All right, thank you so much, and have a very beautiful day.